Hello everyone, welcome to session 73 of Selenium training. In today's session, I'm going to continue the Jenkins, Git and GitHub concepts. So as part of today's session, I'm going to continue the Jenkins in more details, guys. Okay, so far I explained how to configure, install and use the Jenkins for invoking the automation code from the local machine or from GitHub repositories, right? So there is some more info which we have to learn as part of Jenkins, guys. Like Jenkins can be configured little bit more for few more details. We'll come to that point. Okay. So what is Jenkins? So Jenkins is nothing but a continuous integration tool, guys. It is a continuous integration tool. So why it is called a continuous integration tool? Because Jenkins will automatically invoke Jenkins will invoke the jobs and execute the automation scripts on our need basis, guys. You don't have to be there before the machine. Jenkins is kind of setting an alarm, or it has a lot more features, guys, and it helps us in continuously executing the code, continuously executing our automation code. Okay. Why the code has to be continuously executed? Because we don't know, guys, in nowadays the applications have become more complex in such a way that there's a lot of effort required in automating them, right? There are a lot of big size of team, automation engineers you can call. They work in a single project together, and there is a chance that something may fail, and identification of the failure may take time, which will result in adverse effects. Rather than that, if you use a tool, continuous integration tool like Jenkins will continuously execute on a daily basis, or depending on a configuration that we set in Jenkins. Okay, it will invoke the automation code on a regular basis, so that if any automation script fails, we'll be coming to know that as early as possible, and we will be able to fix the issues and proceed with the other complex automation requirements. As I already explained in the last session, so mistakes happen, and it's better that we identify the mistakes very fast rather than waiting for 1 or 2 weeks and then finding the mistakes and rewriting the code, and it will actually waste a lot of efforts. So instead, if you are able to identify the issues in 1 or 2 days, that will help a lot, guys. Okay, it will help us in reverting the automation code very well, and then the things will be on place. That's the main advantage of continuous integration tools like Jenkins, guys. Jenkins is a continuous integration tool which will keeps on polling the code in GitHub. Jenkins has a capability of polling the code in GitHub. That means why we are polling, guys. For example, so this is a centralized repository, let's say, kind of GitHub. It has some hosted code which keeps on updated, guys. Team assigned to this project will keep on updating this code. Will keep on the latest code will be updated to this centralized repository. So here we have something known as Jenkins. In Jenkins, we can do some configurations using which Jenkins will poll this hosted automation code on a regular basis. So how can the Jenkins poll? So for example, you ask the Jenkins to poll every 1 minute. For every 1 minute, let's say you configure the Jenkins in such a way that it has to poll this hosted automation code in GitHub for every 1 minute. So while it is polling, while the Jenkins is polling for every 1 minute, it will go and check whether this hosted automation code is getting updated or not. For example, if Jenkins finds this hosted automation code is updated at any point of time during the polling, it will automatically execute the code. it will automatically execute this code. If some changes have been done to this automation code, Jenkins will invoke this automation code and execute it. Okay, this is what is going to happen, guys. We'll set the Jenkins to poll to track whether this automation code is getting executed. If some changes have been done to this automation, immediately Jenkins will execute this automation code. It will invoke this automation code so that it will get executed. Okay, this is nothing but polling, guys. This is nothing but polling. Jenkins has a capability of polling, that is tracking the automation code for its changes. If any build happens, new automation code comes in, simply Jenkins will execute the new automation code to check whether there are no other issues which will result of these changes. This is one thing that Jenkins can do. And other thing is, so you can schedule the code, guys. Immediately builds or runs the latest code, okay, or schedules the build or runs every 1 hour. For example, you can this is not exact time. You can make it 5 hours every day, one time a day, something like that. You can schedule the build to run every 1 hour. Irrespective of this automation code getting updated or not, you can configure the Jenkins in such a way that every day, for example, every day, morning 2 a.m., you can configure the Jenkins to invoke the automation code, hosted automation code in GitHub, and get it executed. Okay, get it executed every 2 a.m. You don't have to sit before the computer and start the automation script, start executing the automation scripts at 2 a.m. guys. Jenkins will remember this job as a job. It will invoke the automation hosted automation code and execute it at every 2 a.m. If you configure it to execute at 2 a.m., it will execute it at 2 a.m. every day. By the time you come to office every day morning, you can see some Jenkins results. So which test cases are failing and all. So you have to look into the report and start finding out the reasons why the test cases got failed, and you have to either get them fixed or report an issue, or if it's a code issue, automation code issue, you have to fix it, or else if it is an application issue, you have to report that issue to the developers so that developers can fix it. This is what Jenkins is capable enough, guys. It can schedule the automation scripts to get executed at any point of time, frequently, every day 2 a.m. or every 1 hour. If you want to execute, you can do that. Okay, this is nothing but scheduling, guys. You can schedule the Jenkins to execute on a uh, on a daily basis or hourly basis, or whatever the case you want to get that done in your project. And also, guys, when something fails, you should be notified, right? Jenkins execute that, but when a build fails, you will not be noticed. Like you will not know whether the build got passed or failed unless you remember that there will be a report in Jenkins and all. Instead of that, you can configure the Jenkins to send an email to you when an execution fails. Automatically, Jenkins will send an email to you. So in your inbox, in your email inbox, you will receive an email with the failure status. So Jenkins can email for notifying you about the failure of the builds. So these are the three high levelly. There are a lot other things, guys. Apart from this, there are a lot other things that Jenkins can do. But these are the things I want to cover as part of today's session. Okay. So guys, and one more thing before I explain these three things practically. One more thing I want to explain is, so there is a question here. Do you have to install Jenkins at your workplace? Let's say you have joined a company and you are asked to execute the Jenkins jobs. So is it required to install Jenkins in your local machine or work machine? No, guys, it's not required. It's not required. Your company or the admin team or whatever the team, IT team in your company will install this Jenkins on a separate server and provide an access like this to you guys. This kind of access may be there. Okay, it depends, guys. Ideal case, this should be the one. You don't have to install, but company will install that in a separate server machine in one of your machines in your workplace, and it will provide a URL like this: http://jenkins.companyname.com. It can be your company name. Okay, when you access this URL, it will ask you for the username and password. The username and password will be created by this IT team and will be shared to you so that you can log in at any point of time and create the builds. Okay, in Jenkins. You don't have to install this in real time. Fine. So there are three functionalities I mentioned here, right? One is polling the code to see if any changes have been made to the automation code, and if any changes are found, the builds will be executed by invoked and executed by Jenkins, right? And other thing is like schedule every 2 a.m. or something, like if you want your automation scripts to be executed on a regular basis, okay, you can schedule the Jenkins to do that. And third thing is the email notifications. When a build fails, okay, you should be notified about the emails, right? You will be notified over the emails that your build has failed. These are three things I'm going to cover up practically. So let's start with the email notifications, guys. How to configure the email notifications. Before configuring the email notifications, I want to get a project ready and in Jenkins, and then make the things ready in GitHub and all those stuff. Okay. So let's do this. Email notifications. And yes, go to github.com. Github.com. Go to your repositories. So there are many repositories now, and I'm going to create another repository to get a fresh feeling. I'm going to create a new repository. I will call this repo as email repo. Okay, some email repo. I want to demonstrate the email notifications, right? So I just named this repo as email repo, and click on, or else you just initialize this with a README file and create a repository. Okay, a email repo repository got created with this sample readme.md file. Okay, fine. Now go to your local machine in the D drive. If you remember, in the last few sessions, I already created this GitHub repos where I'll be creating different folders for the same. Okay, so similarly to the same, go inside this folder, right click here and say git bash here. I will say git clone, download this repo using the SSH, copy this clone with SSH and copy this URL and say git clone, paste. Now anyhow, you know all this git commands from the last session, which I explained. So it will be very easy for you to understand. So we cloned it. We cloned the email repo into our machine. When cloned, it will be initialized with .git, and you will get the sample readme.md file, which was added while creating the repository in the GitHub. Right now, guys, copy your local code into this. Let me open Eclipse IDE. Okay, so this is a place, I guess. Let's go here. Okay, this is a local code. Right click, properties, go to this place. It has some local code already. Copy this local code and paste into this newly created Git repo. Paste it here. Okay, now restart Eclipse IDE. Create a new workspace, guys, to get a fresh new workspace. Just create a new workspace. Let's create a new workspace. Workspace MNO. Select folder. This is a new workspace. You will not see anything. File, import. Existing Maven projects. Browse the repo. Just now you created a repo. Okay, go to this. It's not there yet. Okay. Sorry, you have to go to your D drive and GitHub repos. In that, you have to select email repo. Click on finish. The project will get added here. Local repo will get added to your Eclipse IDE for further editing. Okay, I'm just getting the things ready. Let it build completely. Yeah, it got built completely. That things are good. Now guys, here in the git bash at this location, git status, type git status. It's saying it's not a git repository or any parent directory. Something went wrong. Yeah, something went wrong here. Okay. Okay, something went wrong. Let's delete this. Maybe not. Try again. Not go. Okay, fine. Create a new repo. Let's start again. Email demo repo. Here say git bash here. Git init. You are initializing this repository. You got the dot init now. Now you have to add some local code into this. Let's add the local code. Let's forget about Eclipse IDE for a moment. Copy all these files and paste into this repo. Let's see whether these things will work or not. Now say git status. Yeah, you got the untracked files. So this need to be added to repo. Git add dot. Okay, they got added. Git status again. Okay, git commit -m adding project code to GitHub repo. Now I have to say git push origin master. Will not allow you because it doesn't know where you have to upload the code. To which repo you have to upload the code, it doesn't know. So for that, you have to say git remote add where is the GitHub? Git remote add to this repo. Okay, paste, add some mistake here. Git remote. Okay, let's search for that or let's okay git remote add command. How to set the URL? Let's find it out. Yeah, this is the URL. I just missed the origin thing. That's why it's not working. So I will try again. Here after add, I have to add origin. Then only it will work. Yeah, we have mentioned the repository. Now say git push origin master. Okay. So there is a reason why the build is getting rejected, because this one has a readme file. That's why it's getting rejected. So instead what I will do is I will delete this repo and newly create an email repo, or else I will create a new. Okay, let's delete this repo guys. Let's freshly create a new repo. Where is that? settings. Go to your repositories. Open this email repo. Settings. Delete this repository. Email repo. Enter. The repo got deleted. Now create a new repo. New repository. Email demo repo. So create some new repo. Create repository. Now here you have added a repository. Let's update that. Git remote add origin. Copy this new repo SSH URL and paste it here. I'm just updating the repo. Okay. Now say git push origin master. Let's see. Okay. The repo got deleted. That's the reason the things are going wrong. So how to update the repo? So let's update this to a new repo or okay. Okay, is used to add a new remote. Is used to change the URL of an existing remote repository. Okay, let's try this one to update the repo. Looks like here the repo didn't get updated. So I will add this command git remote set URL origin new repo URL. Just paste it here. Oh, something happened. Git remote set URL origin. There was a mistake there. Paste. No. Git remote add origin. Sorry. Git remote set URL. Set hyphen URL origin and copy this URL. Paste it here. Enter. Now let's see git push origin master. Let's see what will happen. Yeah, it's now uploading the code. What happened here is it was still pointing to the old repo which I deleted from the github.com. So in order to set a new URL, you have to use this command, guys. Git remote set URL origin. So it will update the remote repository URL so that things will work fine. Okay, got updated. Refresh the page so to see your code in this repo. Yeah, code is now available here. In the repo we have this code. Now, so coming to the email notifications, guys. Now we have the repo and everything code is already there. Only thing is that I need to open Jenkins now and configure the Jenkins. Localhost. I have to configure the Jenkins to execute the automation code which is available in the github.com repo, right? 8080. Enter. Jenkins will open this time. You'll create a new job in Jenkins and try to execute the automation code in github.com. It's not opening yet. Let's wait for it to open, guys. Still waiting. Just to explain, the email notifications have made the things ready, guys. The purpose of creating a repo and all the stuff are to demonstrate the email notifications. For that, I created a fresh instance, okay, of GitHub repo, and then with some automation code uploaded into that, so that this email notifications feature can be demonstrated to you without any issues, right? So fine, hoping that Jenkins has come. Yeah, it came. And now password done. It should logged in. Get logged in. Okay, let's create a new job. New email demo. So what kind of project this is, guys? Whatever that is there in GitHub is nothing but a on.xml Maven project. Email demo job. Select this Maven project. Click on OK. Okay. Go down. Source code management. You have to set the source code management to Git, guys. And you have to provide the Git URL. Go to the GitHub repository URL. Click on this email demo repo so that you will get the proper URL. Copy this URL and paste it here. This is the repository URL. Okay. Now, guys, you have the repository URL. Remove this default option. Build triggers. Go down, go down. Build environment, go down. Pre-steps, go down. Here, build option is there for us. The build option, form.xml file is already there. So you have to mention test, maven test command. Okay. So form.xml available at this repository URL as explained in the last few sessions, right? So even build settings are done. Post build, you have to generate a test engine results report. That is also fine. Okay. Apart from that, now everything is set. Apart from that, here we have something known as build. Under build settings, we have something known as email notifications checkbox. Select this checkbox, guys. Ask you for the recipients who are going to receive this email. Send email for every unstable build. Send email for each failed module. Okay. Now, guys, here you have to provide the recipients. Arun, my email address. I want to get an email. When something fails, I want to receive an email. And another email address I will provide here. So multiple email address you can provide with a separation of comma. That's fine. Now apply, guys. This is done. Email configurations at a high level, at the job configuration level are done. Apart from that, you have to configure the emails. Go to manage Jenkins. Global tools configuration, I guess. Let's see whether there are any email settings here. No, that's not the place. Back to dashboard. Manage Jenkins again. Configure system. We cross check project configure build settings. Okay, you have to go to this place, or Jenkins configure system email notification systems. So that is a place, guys, you have to go to set these settings. Jenkins configure system. Is that email settings? Go down, go down. Somewhere you will find email. Email notifications. Okay, this is the one, guys. Click on advanced. Here you need to provide the configurations, guys. Okay, let's provide the configurations one by one. So in the SMTP server, you have to type smtp.gmail.com. smtp.gmail.com. And in default user email suffix, you have to provide @gmail.com. Gmail.com. This is also done. Select this checkbox. Use SMTP authentication and give the username. I'll give my email address as the username. Password. Just provide the password. You have to provide your Gmail password, guys. Your own Gmail password you have to provide here. And coming to use SSL, select this checkbox. Coming to SSL port, Q465 here. And reply to address, keep it null. Coming to char set, UTF-8, test configurations. Test configuration by sending a test email. Test email recipient. I'm going to test myself to see whether I'm getting any email or not. Test configuration. Click on test. You see it got failed, guys. It got failed. Okay. The test is not working fine. That means your Jenkins will not be able to send an email, guys. There is a reason why this is happening. Okay. There is a reason why this is happening. To overcome this problem, guys, there is a solution. In any of the browser, open gmail.com. Open your personal gmail.com, guys. Why it's taking time? Let's wait. It's proper only. Okay. It's getting logged into my Gmail in my personal. There is some. This is mine. Okay. Just now I did in Jenkins, so it came. Okay. So here is the thing. I logged into my Gmail. What I will do next is that I will access this URL, guys. Okay. Access this URL. Copy and paste this URL from the notes. The same browser in a different tab where your Gmail address is open. And you will get this option, guys. Allow less secure apps on. Mark it as on, guys. Allow the less secure apps on. Now, guys, here, where's Jenkins? Here is the thing. Now, guys, try to send test configuration. You see, email was sent successfully. The reason here is your Gmail is kind of very secured, guys. So the security feature of Gmail is stopping the Jenkins from sending the emails to you. So when I make this email address a less secured one, the email started sending, okay, from Jenkins. Now go to Jenkins, go to your personal Gmail and see you got an email here, guys. Test email. This is a test email to send from Jenkins. Like this, guys, you got a test email now. Okay. While this configuration is on for some time, afterwards, once we are done with the explanation, I will turn it off, guys. It's not a good thing to turn less secured feature on your Gmail address. Okay. I will till the demo, I will keep this on, but after the demo, I will remove this. Okay. I will off it again. Fine. Now, guys, we have this ready. Apply, save. Now, guys, what I did here is I created an email demo job. I configured in such a way that when any job fails, I should receive an email, guys. Okay, when Jenkins jobs fails, I should receive an email. Email should be sent to these two email addresses. That's what I mentioned, right? The email notification I mentioned, these two email address, the email should be sent with the failure of build status. Okay, fine. Let's run this email demo job. This will not fail this time because email demo job has a I didn't modify the code to fail, guys. Okay, it will run and execute the code and pass the scripts, pass the automation code. Will not fail. Hash one, click on hash one so that you can see what are the changes going on. It's kind of getting executed. Let's see the status. Okay, nothing got failed here. Nothing got failed here. So build was successful. So you'll not receive any email, guys. If build passes, nothing will come here. Okay. But guys, what if I intentionally fail the build? So for that, what I will do here is I'll open this project in Eclipse ID in new workspace. Okay, browse. I'll open this project in the Eclipse ID so that I can modify the code in my workspace in a better way. Okay, Eclipse got open. The new workspace, I'll say file, import, Maven, existing Maven projects, click on next, browse. This is the one I have to browse. So select folder, finish, load. So it's building now. Importing the Maven project, the required jars and all. Fine, it's almost built. Yeah, done. Now open pages. In that, go to home page. Here there is something we are validating for a successful login of this login test. We are verifying whether this locator is identified or not. I'm just intentionally modifying this locator so that the test will fail. So I updated it here. This change need to be uploaded into the GitHub repo. So for that guide, go to this email repo, Git repo, and type here Git status. Done. Git add dot. Again Git status. Git commit -m. Intentionally modified the code to fail the build. Right. Then say git push origin master. The updated or modified code will get updated into the uploaded into the GitHub repo. Now Jenkins again run the job. This time it will execute the updated code in GitHub repo, which is a faulty code, which will result in a failure. Okay, #2 is running. Click on #2, console output. Yeah, let's wait for it to complete the execution. This time the script will fail, and when the build fails, we should receive an email, guys. We should receive an email with the details. Yeah, something got failed here. You can see some failures are there here. Sending emails to two email address. It's sending the emails to two emails because one of the test got failed. That's the reason behind that. Unstable, build unstable, and it has sent an email. Let's go and see whether we received an email or not. You see, I received an email, guys, to me and other email address. I got this, and it's asking me to Jenkins build became unstable. This particular Jenkins job got unstable, that it got failed. The build to run. So click on this link to find the details. It's saying, click on this. Ask you to log in. Provide the details and see what went wrong. Click on this. Like this, guys, you will be notified over the email so that you can go and check what actually went wrong. So this is the reason something got failed. And yeah, so you can see the test engine results also. You can see the test engine results. You see something got failed here in the build 2. You can see the test engine results reports and further investigate what actually got failed. Okay, there's something here which got failed. Okay, and these are the reasons why what got failed. No such element exception. Okay, the CRM XYZ is a reason behind that. Now, guys, we need to revert the code, right? So what you have to do? Go to the home page where exactly that CRM XYZ is there. Revert to the old change and then save it. This particular change I need to update into the GitHub repo. For that, I need to open the Git bash, Git status, Git add dot, Git commit -m, reverting the code to the faulty locator. Git push origin master. So I'm just fixing my automation code because of my automation code something got failed. So I just fixed it now. Okay. So whenever again when you run this build, this time it will not fail and you will not receive any email. Fine. So that's how you have to configure the email settings, guys. So that's about the email configuration. So since I explained that, once I am done with the demo, I'm going to turn off the security feature, because if you turn on the security feature, so it may pose some security issues for your personal Gmail address. So better turn it off once you are done with this. And coming to this one, coming to the Jenkins configurations, email job configure. I'll remove this email thing. I don't want it anymore. Now, the other two options I'm going to explain, guys, in Jenkins. So email notifications, I just now explained, right? This part I already explained just now. Now, guys, I will explain you how to schedule the build to be executed every minute or a specific time, like 11 p.m. every day or 2 a.m. every day or 1 a.m. every day. Okay. So how to do that? So in Jenkins, in the particular email project job configurations, go to the configurations, and here we have some option known as build triggers, where you can build periodically. Set an option called build periodically. If you give 5 stars here, 2, 3, 4, 5. This means that your build will be executed every minute, guys. Every minute your build will be executed. Okay. This is for hours. Okay, so this is the documentation. Let's find it out. If you want your build to be executed every 10 minutes, okay, in the first half of every hour, this is the case. Once in every 2 hours, this is the case. Once every 2 hours at 45 minutes past. A lot of flexibility is there, guys, here. Okay. So you can schedule that to execute every 1 hour or every hour or every minute. Okay, every 1 minute. This is like every 1 minute. What if I add 2 here? This doesn't mean anything. So Jenkins execute every 5 minutes. There's no help on this. H by 2 means it's calling every second minute, it's saying. Let's see. Okay. Every second minute of hour. Polling once per hour. It's confusing. Okay. Okay. So we'll do one thing. We'll go through this documentation once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minute within the hour. This is minute within the hour of the day of the month, the day of the week. Okay. To specify multiple values for one field, specify all valid values, minute, specify range of values. To, for example, using for a double daily task. A lot of things are there here, guys. Even I have not gone through this scheduling part. So, and you can do this any type of scheduling. For example, we'll experiment with this every 1 minute. Okay, it should execute every 1 minute. Build should be running every 1 minute. Save. Dashboard. Let's see. Email demo job should be executed every 1 minute. It's not executing. Let's wait for some more time and see what's going wrong. Now it's executing automatically. Every 1 minute it will execute, guys. Hash 3 is running now. Hash 3 build is currently running. Hash 4 started, guys. Hash 4 also started. You see, for every 1 minute, a build will be running. This is like scheduling, guys. You can use this kind of codes to schedule to execute the bill for every 1 minute. There are other things, guys, to schedule at 11 p.m. or 1 a.m. every day. Those kind of things are also there. Okay, you can cross check. You can Google it out. You'll find it out. Fine. This is about scheduling the build for every 1 minute. And apart from that, scheduling, auto scheduling, I'll stop it. Otherwise, it will keep on running. Let's remove this option now. Build periodically. I'm just removing. Instead of that, I'm going with the poll SEM. This option states that if I give 5 stars here, similar kind of 5 stars here, this Jenkins will poll the hosted automation code to see any changes are being done or not. Every 1 minute it will poll, guys. After every 1 minute, it will go and check whether any changes are done to this hosted central repository automation code. If any changes are observed, Jenkins will initiate the execution of this automation code. Okay, that's what will happen. Every 1 minute, it will poll, guys, to see any changes are there in the code. Now it will poll. Let's wait for a minute. You see, at present, hash 5 build is there. So after a minute, let's see whether this will poll or not. Okay, this will execute or not. Let's wait for a minute and see whether, you see, 19 seconds. After a minute, the job should not run, guys. Okay, because nothing got changed. 30 seconds at present. Forty-one seconds. 51. Okay, it didn't schedule, guys. It didn't is not running. So what I will do now here is I'll go to here. Simply add the login test. I will simply add a comment. I will update a comment also. Okay, this is a login test updated for polling. Okay, I'm just updating the comment, and I will push this code into the GitHub repo. How to push? Git status, git add dot, git status again, git commit -m updated the code for polling purpose. Git push origin master. Updated code will get uploaded into the GitHub repo. So when the repo gets updated, what will happen? Jenkins will poll for every 1 minute and see if any changes are done. If any changes are done, the job will run here. Let's wait for the job to run. So let's wait for some time and see whether this should automatically run, guys. Okay, after some time, after a minute or so, it should run because the hosted automation code in the GitHub got updated, and we have configured the Jenkins to poll for every 1 minute to see any changes are being done to the GitHub automation code. If any changes are done, automatically this email demo job will run. Okay, this email demo job will run. Let's wait for a minute, guys, to see that thing happening. You see, the job is running, guys. It has polled for every 1 minute. It will poll and go and see whether any update, any automation got updated in the hosted GitHub repo. Okay, and if it finds any changes, it will run. That's what we configured in the Jenkins. Fine, guys. These are the different type of configurations you can put here. And apart from that, there are several things in Jenkins which you may not require. Okay, you can create multiple users. Your system admin can create multiple users. Okay, here only one user is there. If system admin wants to add more users, you can add more users here. Okay, so people, multiple users can be added here. Like that, lot of settings are there in Jenkins, guys. You don't have to worry this much. So whatever I explained so far is enough, guys. And so this is all about Jenkins, Git and GitHub. Finally, we are done with Jenkins, Git and GitHub, guys. Okay, this is the last session of Jenkins, Git and GitHub. In the next session, I'll be explaining about WebDriver Manager. So that's it for today, guys. See you in the next session. Bye.